The president's remarks today were seen as a pretty firm endorsement of the workers' position. Previously, the White House had avoided taking sides, encouraging both parties to stay at the table. What changed?
I don't think anything's changed. I mean, the president has always been a pro-union president. I mean, you have heard us say that he is seen as the most pro-union president that we've had thus far. And so, you know, the president respects workers' rights. He does. He respects their rights to collective bargaining. We believe it is something that is important that they have the right to choose to use. And he understands their frustration. He believes that workers should be able to ask and to get fair pay and fair benefits. And that's nothing new. That is nothing new. So again, you heard directly from this president, the negotiating parties are continuing to work. That's what is really important here, and they've made clear, UAW has made clear that they're going to continue these conversations on Saturday morning, and that's what we're going to see. We are offering, Senior Advisor Gene Sperling and Acting Labor Secretary Julie Su, they're going to go to Detroit, but ultimately these negotiations are up to the parties to work out, and we understand that, but we are offering any assistance that we can provide.
But to say that the negotiations are up to the parties to work out, and also have the president say the companies have not gone far enough, it appears that the president is taking the side of the workers.
I don't think so. I mean, look, the president respects workers' rights. There's a collective bargaining system happening, and he understands their frustrations. He understands the frustrations of the workers. Absolutely. Again, this is nothing new. We have said they should be able to ask and receive fair pay and fair wages. Fair benefits. And so that's what we want to see. Those conversations, those negotiations are continuing to move forward. We appreciate for what they've been doing for the past 24/7, the past 27 period of time, right? And, we want to see them continuing to work this out, and that's what they're doing.
Can you speak to some of the difficult intersections here for the president? He obviously supports electric vehicles and development of that. He clearly supports labor, as you've discussed. Michigan is important, and that, of course, is a big part of where the big three reside. So these sort of different points of pressure on the president when he is trying to send a message that really has different audiences here, and they're at odds in some ways when you're talking about management and labor. Could you just speak to the sort of unique set of circumstances here?
I mean, look, there are always unique sets of circumstances when we're talking about collective bargaining with unions, right? We saw that with UPS and Teamsters. We saw that with with the West Coast ports. I mean, there are always interesting circumstances that lie in front of us that needs to be worked out. But again, the president has been very clear. This is why collective bargaining, we believe, is important here. This is why we appreciate all the sides staying at the table and continuing to have this conversation, because what the president and what I've just said, we believe that they can hammer out a win-win agreement. We think that could happen. And so I don't think there's anything unique about this. We have seen this before, but we continue to encourage to move forward in a way where they're at the table, they're hammering this out, they're doing it in a good faith, and they come forward and in a place where it's a win-win agreement for everyone. And so that's what the president's going to continue to do. Again, we've seen it with the West Coast ports, we've seen it with the Teamsters and UPS, we've seen it with the railroads, right? We've seen it with the rails, so we've seen this before. So again, all of them are interesting circumstances. The president's going to continue to speak for workers' rights and also continue to say, let's continue to have those conversations. Collective bargaining is really important. Go ahead.
Thanks, Karine. You've spoken about past outreach that the president has done to President Fain and to the big three leaders and Gene Sperling and Acting Secretary Shu's involvement. But now that the strike is underway, can you just clarify, do you anticipate the president reaching out personally again to the UAW and to the big three leaders?
So I don't have anything to read out at this time. You heard directly from the president and how he wants to see a win-win agreement for folks to continue to stay at the table. Just don't have anything to read out as far as a conversation that the president's going to have.
And can you confirm the report that the Biden administration is considering options to provide aid to auto suppliers who are impacted by the strike? including potentially Labor Department grants and small business loans.
So look, we're monitoring the situation. I just don't have any announcements or decisions to make or anything to confirm at this time.